at that. That's what you want right there. Perfect. Should I start now? Welcome again to Brandon's Bees. Today is August 29th? What?
What day it is?
Okay, whatever. It's August, end of August. It's been 2 weeks since I checked the bees. Things I'm going to look for now. I want to see if mites have moved in. I want to see if it's still going strong with the queen laying new bees. I want to see if the bees have taken to the flow frames. A couple of things that I may look for. If that empty frame that's on the bottom all the way at the end is still empty, I might take that out, and the frame that I moved up into the flow box, the one that's a normal frame, I may move that down into the brood chamber. Take some of the wax that I've rendered down, spread it on the flow frames, and see if they take to it then, if they haven't moved into them already. If not, it's getting to the point where I have to decide whether I'm going to keep them on or not. I may just take them off because we're getting to the point pretty soon where the nectar and the pollen will dry up and the queen will stop laying for the season, and then they'll use those cells for honey storage. And I also don't want them to have to heat that third box over the winter. So these are the things I'm going to be looking for. All right, so let's go to the hive. I don't think I see any Varroa, but oh, there's one. I see one. See right here? That's a Varroa mite moving around right here. So I know I got them. It's only a matter of time, I guess, right? Okay. Let's look inside the flow box. There's bees on here. See them? On the outside. And they're doing something in there. So let's take a look on this end. So here's the regular frame. And there's bees up there, but they're not, I don't think they're putting in any nectar or anything yet. We'll look closer as we move along. So one tip I received from a viewer was, if I'm going to take this box and put it on top of this flow frame when I'm working on the hives, I should put the queen excluder on, because I don't want the queen moving from this box into the flow frames, which is a good tip, and I'm going to use it. Check this hive trap. The wood's down pretty good. Again, it's been 2 weeks since I've been here, so they've had time to work. So yeah, there's some beetles in there. So I'll go ahead, I'll trade that out while I'm here too. See right here, these are all larvae growing up. And then this is all honey. This is honey, and this is all honey. But then where she's not laying, they're putting honey in. And this is just all larvae right down here. The bee production is slowing down, which is to be expected. How's it look on this side? See, that's all brood with honey. So I'm seeing mites. There's one right there on that bee. Can you see it? not too bad. There's another one. So it's not too bad. I'm not seeing an infestation, but they are in here, which is too bad. I mean, but if you have bees, you've got mites. If you're in North America and you have bees, you've got mites. It's your choice. I mean, these are untreated bees, but they will, I think the beekeeper who bred them did do sugar shakes. So, and what a sugar shake, if you don't know what that is, you take powdered sugar and you spread it all over all the bees. And the confectioner's powdered sugar, it makes it so that the mites can't stick to the bee and they fall off and they end up falling through your bottom screen. It only treats the bees that are out, not the bees that are being born. But Varroa also pretty much only, well, not always, but they prefer to do it on drone cells. And I don't have any drone cells. I do, but they're all filled with honey. So there's no new drones being born. So that may also contribute to the health of the hive. So I don't want to use harsh chemicals. I want the bees to evolve into being able to take care of their own problems without my interference. Just like many breeds of bees have done in Europe. Russian strains particularly have dealt with Varroa mite infestations for years and they've survived. And so the goal is to get bees here evolved to the point where they're doing the same thing. And that's why Russian bees were introduced to the United States a few years ago for Varroa resistant. I don't want to use chemicals is the point I'm trying to make. See, there's brood inside here and lots of honey. These were all drone cells before. See, but now they're full of honey. And these are worker brood. She's only laying in worker brood. So this is all full of new larvae. I don't know if you can see down in there, but it's full of larvae. So she's been here recently. And when I say she, I'm talking about the queen. And then this is all honey stores. So they're good as far as honey stores go, which I established last time I checked. But she's also still freshly laying eggs. I'm scanning for Varroa and the queen. In this frame I don't see any bees with Varroa on them, which is good. So I don't think it's a heavy infestation. This is the one with the big hole in it. See, and this is all brood, covered. That's great. This frame's consistently been brood, so I know the queen likes this one. It's not as hot today. It's only going to be in the 80s, which is good. Temperatures are cooling off. But in California, you know, we have good bee weather most of the year. And I'm in Northern California, so it does cool off during the winter. It does get too cold for the bees to come out, but not so, like we don't have snow here or where I live, anything like that. So I won't have to wrap the hive. I won't have to insulate it from snow or anything like that, which is good. And if it's a warm enough day, if it's over, you know, 50 or so degrees, the bees will come out and do their thing and cleanse and whatever. Even though they're not going out to forage, they'll be able to leave the hive and do what they need to do. So this frame is mixed. It's got brood mostly, honey at the top, a bee that keeps trying to walk on my fingers, which I'm trying not to squish. Yep, he's on me right there. She. See? That would be a terrible place to get stung. On the tip of my thumb. So I'm trying not to do any squishing. There we go. Alright, there's lots of bees on here. Lots of brood inside. I can see little larvae, eggs at the bottom, bigger larvae too. So still laying there. And this is all brood on this side too. Scanning for the queen. It's full of brood on this frame. Also scanning for Varroa. I see very few. So far, I think I've counted maybe 10, but that's just from what I can see. This is a very traditional frame. So brood towards the center, pollen in a ring around the outside, honey at the top. This is the top. This is the bottom because I have it flipped over. So brood, pollen, honey. That's perfect pattern. That's what you want to see. So my mistake has been corrected. This is the frame that I broke a month ago. See, they've already filled it all in. It's all full and capped, ready for the winter. Mistake fixed. Perfect. Oh, that is heavy. Okay, so looks like they built up some bird comb that they're storing honey in. I don't want that to happen. So I'm going to scrape all that off. Couple bees. Oh, that looks good. Oh, don't sting me. There's a bee on my hand. Always makes me nervous. Just waiting to get stung. There you go. Go back to your hive. There you go. That's where you want to be. Go back to your home. Are you too good for your home? So this frame right here is the one I talked about last time that I always thought was perplexing because it was always dark and they never did anything to it. But what I'm noticing is right here, there's a bunch of fresh comb built on the top and I don't know why. So that's one thing I'm going to investigate. This is sacrifices you have to make if you're a beekeeper. Sweat. Sweat and stickiness. And stings. Sweat, stickiness, and stings. I should make a t-shirt with that on it, huh? Something like that. They're going honey crazy in this box. Alright, I want to see what's going on with this first frame. This is the one where I said they never did anything. Oh yeah, they've got it full of honey, and they're capping it too. So last time this side of the frame had nothing going on. But it looks like they're using it for honey storage now because they must have run out of room in the rest of the hive. This side was always honey storage. This is old comb though, so it won't be good for me, but they can eat it. Well, I guess they are using this frame. Now, they're going to use whatever space they can. I wish they would use those flow frames. Although I think I have an extra flow frame. I think I'd take it home, render down this wax, coat it with wax, put it back in, see what happens. And that frame that they've filled out and filled with honey, maybe I'll extract that, use it for me. Because they got enough inside these 2 brood boxes. That's my plan anyway. We'll see what happens.